Hey, what is up guys? So today I wanted to quickly show you how to colour black and white photos. So this can be applied to any black and white photo, an old black and white photo, a new black and white photo, and this effect does look really good. So basically what you want to do is you want to find a black and white photo, and if you can, try and find a picture of the person in colour. So I found a picture of Marilyn Monroe in black and white, and I found a picture of her in colour. Now this is going to make it easier for me to pick colours with the eyedropper tool and actually apply it to the other image. So, now, we can get started with this, but I would quickly just advise using a tablet for work like this. I mean, you could use a mouse, but to be honest, I think it will probably take a lot longer. So, let's get straight into the kind of painting of the black and white picture. Just going to pause this on here. Okay, let's get back to Photoshop. So, what you want to do first, well, which is what I do first, is I choose the skin colour. And I tend to paint the skin first. So what you want to do is you want to just grab your brush, get quite a large size, whichever size kind of suits you, and then make a new layer above your black and white photo, and just paint over it. Now, Photoshop's converted my file to grayscale, so let me just quickly change it to RGB colour. Okay, right, and now we should be good to go. So I'm just going to paint straight over her face and all over her body, and then that would pretty much get it sorted. Now what you want to remember is, for this bit at the moment, you don't have to be too accurate. It's not, you know, a life or death situation if you go over the lines a little bit, because you can always erase it out, especially as you're on a separate layer. So you want to just go around everything you can, not being too careful about the lines. I mean, if you want to be perfectionist and you want to, you know, you want to get every single nook and cranny, and you want to make sure you don't go any over lines, then, you know, that's fine. There's no problem with that. But for the purpose of this tutorial, one, I haven't got time to sit and go over every single line perfectly, and two, I really can't be bothered, because you can just take it out afterwards. So let's just get that arm done there. Okay, now just to get the little bits of skin in here, you want to just lower down the brush size. Okay, any bits over here? I've got the rest of her head. And this process of colouring is actually pretty much just drawing over the person or whatever it is you've got in black and white. And it can be quite fun as well. I mean, if you're doing like a car instead of a person, then you can mess around with textures and stuff. So what I did there was I changed the layer style to colour. Now, as you can tell, that's not exactly 100% skin colour. So what you might want to do is go to Image, Adjustments, to Hue and Saturation, and you can just play around with the colours a bit. So I'm going to probably get about there. Then what you want to do then, obviously, is use your eraser and just get rid of all these bits that kind of aren't her skin. So all around her hair, making sure that you've got everything that isn't skin erased out, because obviously once you've finished your image, you don't want any kind of skin colour bits on top of the image, else it will just look ridiculous. So that's why I said about not keeping too into the picture, because it is really easy just to take off. So I'm just going to do this now. Now it doesn't matter if you go over with the eraser a bit, because you can always fill it in again with the colour. You know, it's no biggie. That's why I quite like doing this. It's easy to do. It's quick, fairly quick. And you know, it's, if you've got a black and white photo you want to restore, or there's a black and white photo that you just want to mess around with and see what it would look like in colour, then you can do that. Now that's what I found most interesting about this, was the fact that, you know, before I'd coloured this in, I had no idea what this picture would have been like in colour. So it really was a kind of looking at it from a completely different angle. It was kind of weird. So just going to keep going around and erasing out this here. And the most important bit to make sure you actually do sort out is the teeth and the eyes. But I will get to that in a second. So let's just get this strap done. And I mean, depending on the size of the photo, it will be obviously easier to do if you've got a higher resolution image, because you can really zoom in and get really accurate with the eraser and with the brush. If you don't have a high resolution image, if your scanner hasn't scanned the image very, you know, high quality, then, you know, it's not an issue. You can just use a brush, different size. The only issue obviously is when you scale it up. Photoshop often tends to pixelate it, but, you know, that's what's expected of a low-res image. So let's just go over that again. It's on normal. Get that colour there. Okay, it's pretty much done then for her skin. Maybe that bit over there could do with a bit of touching up. Get the eraser again. So as you can tell, this, even though the actual process is quite quick, because all it is drawing over the skin, it can be quite a long process trying to get it all accurate. So what we're going to do with the skin layer now is make sure you're in your eraser. You want to just get rid of the skin in the eye, skin colour in the eyes and on the pupils. Same with the other eye. And same with the teeth. Now what you want to do now is you want to head over to your other image, zoom in, grab the colour from the eye. So she's got quite like a grey brown. You want to go back onto your image, make a new layer. You can call this eye if you want to, and the other one's skin, just to keep things organised. So on the eye layer, you want to just zoom in, and you want to just do the same thing again. Colour over the eye, like that. Same with the other eye, and then go on to colour. Now obviously that'll make a big difference to the image around it. So make sure you've got your eraser tool ready if you want to get rid of some bits. Now, as well as the pupil, the actual eye itself isn't, you know, grey. So we want to grab a colour from that. Maybe lower down the opacity on the brush and just start to colour a bit of that in there, which looks really good. Okay, and then on the eye, just to get this accurate, maybe add a bit of burn around the eye colour, like that, just to give a bit more detail, and maybe make it a bit darker. Maybe desaturate it a bit around there. Desaturating when you've got your layer style on colour is just done by painting it black. See, already that's brought a lot more depth to the image, and that looks really good actually. I'm quite happy with that. So let's get to the eyebrows. As I said again, just grab the colour and on a new layer with the opacity turned up, just paint over the eyebrows. It's done fairly easily, and then just colour. That didn't quite go to plan. Okay, so as you can tell, some colours actually don't go the right colour when you're actually colouring over the image. But I think that was just a mistake on my part. I think maybe I picked a colour that was a bit too orange rather than more of a brown. Okay. That should hopefully be a lot better. Okay, again, maybe not. what we're looking for is a different blending style that's going to make this colour not be too vivid. So just go through your colour styles, your layer style, sorry, and just see which one looks right. Now that one, Lighten, has brought out those eyebrows really well. So that's what I'll be using for the eyebrows. Right, and see, what you want to do now is you want to really bring out those eyelashes, because obviously they're not grey. So with the eraser tool, you just want to go around here and get rid of those skin colours around the eyebrows, around the eyelashes, sorry. Do the same for the other eyelashes as well. And then what you want to do is you want to use the burn tool, and on the original skin layer, you want to just go over those eyelashes and really bring them out. Okay, that should look good for that one. Okay. Right. So that's pretty much done for our eyelashes then. Can burn a bit on the bottom as well, just to bring those out. Should look good. Okay. And it depends how detailed you really want to get with these, because I mean, if you want to get as detailed as possible, you really need to go into every little part of a face, I suppose. For instance, you want to get right in there with those. I don't even know what they're called. I'm not quite sure, really. Lower down the opacity, whatever's good. But yeah, I mean, things like that are really important, just to make the image look a bit more realistic, you know. If you want to give her some blusher as well on her cheeks, then that's the kind of thing you've got to do as well. When it comes to lips, okay, I want to go to the colour image, set that really vibrant red for the lips. And you want to do the same thing again. You want to just paint over this colour. Obviously, again, doesn't matter how accurate you are, because you can use the eraser just to sort all of that out. Yeah, that's my stomach, you can hear in the video. Right. On colour, that looks pretty good. But I mean, there's other ones as well. So, I mean, it's definitely down to experimentation, what looks good with the different colours on top of the skin, because obviously it's all going to make a difference. Let's just sort that out a bit there. You might want to just I don't want to get too much detail in there. So I mean, that should look pretty good. Probably want to sort that out a bit there actually. And there. So as you can tell, I mean, sometimes this can be quite tricky. But sometimes it can be alright. And you need to make sure as well, if you're going to be getting that colour again, if you want to find this colour again, to change the layer style back to normal, because if it's on colour, or whatever you're on, it won't be the same colour as what you've, you know, selected. So you need to make sure if you're reselecting colours, if you're using the eyedropper tool, then you need to make sure that the layer's correct. That'll probably do for her lips for now. Maybe they're a bit too vivid actually. Might stick that back on colour. Probably looks a lot better. A bit of her face edge doesn't look right. I don't know why on her lips. Maybe to make it a bit softer with the opacity. Put that back on overlay. Right, okay. So the other thing as well you might want to do, as I said earlier, was the blusher. So just get the red, get a quite large brush, hardness 0, and just paint on her face like that. Looks pretty ridiculous, doesn't it? And then you want to bring that right down, so it's got some colour, like that. Then you want to use the eraser tool again, size right up, hardness right down. Just make sure that's getting her cheeks. On there like that. And that looks really good. The hair can be quite hard to do because obviously, you know, you've got all these different colours in the hair and you can't really get that in this. So let's just see how this looks. Again, I'm going to use a large brush. Just going to go straight over her hair. Don't care how it looks because I can just rub it out later. So again, go down to colour. Now what you want to do is you want to lower down the opacity a bit just so you can see the image underneath a bit clearer. Get your brush again and just start erasing out all the bits you don't want, which is fairly easy to do. So as I said, I mean, this process can be quite long, but it's fun as well. As I said, you know, experimenting with all different colours, seeing what comes out right. And it's good for anything really. I mean, this could be good for gaming. I mean, if you want to be using black and white, sometimes you go on the internet and the only good images you can find are in black and white, and you think to yourself, what? You know, why can't I find any colour? Well, you know, this works with stuff like that. Photography as well, if you're into photography and you like black and white photos, maybe you want to bring back a colour, and you're thinking, oh, it'd be really good if maybe if her lips were red, or, you know, that umbrella was red, or if I coloured in that Ferrari a bit, or, you know, whatever you want to colour. So let's just go over that bit of hair there, because that's still grey. Get rid of that. Oh, I realised I didn't paint her ears. Okay, so let's go back onto the skin layer. Again, remember, convert to normal. That looks funny. Right, grab that colour. And again, just draw it back on. Now, see, to me, that looks really good. Like, really effective. I'm not sure what colour her necklace is. I'm going to go gold, to be honest. Or I reckon it's just like a brass. Probably a brass, but that doesn't matter. So let's go down to the gold. Make this really small, because this bit's really intricate here. Make a new layer. Put it on colour before we start, actually, just to see how this comes out. Probably a little too yellow, actually. But you want to just go round the, I don't know, is that a diamond? Probably is, it's Marilyn Monroe, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a diamond, to be honest. You want to just go round the diamond, or crystal, whatever, like that. And it's good. Okay, so then what you want to do is on this layer, I'm going to bring up the colour by using the dodge. Just bring out those whites again, because it's too grayscale at the moment to look like it could be colour. Maybe what we can do is maybe marquee this. Which could look cool. Like that. Maybe add a gradient to it. Maybe add like a really colourful gradient. Like that. Put it on lighten. See how this can work. Put it on colour, decrease it a bit. That could look quite nice, couldn't it? I'm going to take out this bit though at the top. So it's just got that bluey kind of glow. That looks really great, actually. So yeah, basically that's how you colour stuff in. I would get into the top, but it's just the same as the rest. You know, you just colour over it, make sure you know which colour goes where. And, you know, these can be really effective, and it's really fun as well, just to kind of convert these photos. It's great for family pictures. If you've got family portraits, you know, you've got old pictures of maybe your great-grandparents that maybe your mum and dad want converting, you know, maybe they want you to get it so it's in colour. Just to sort those images out a bit, looks great. So, thanks for watching anyway. I know this tutorial has been quite long. I appreciate you guys watching it. Subscribe if you want more photo editing tutorials and Photoshop tutorials. I will be uploading them more regularly. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, really appreciate it. Comment, like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Comment if you want more kind of photo editing tips. Maybe comment with ideas of what you'd like me to cover. It's been really great doing this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in another tutorial, video, upload, whatever.